Good evening, YouTubers. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make like a budget for living in New York City and what you should have, and at least what you should at the minimum have to live in New York City. So I have opened up Microsoft Excel here, and I will start with making a blank workbook and explain as I go what I'm doing. So first thing that I'm doing here is I'm going to plot in the rent. Now, as of February 2019, the rent for a one-bedroom apartment in the New York City tri-state area would be around $2,821, while for a two-bedroom apartment, the number would be $3,670 a month. So we're just going to go after the average from those two, and the average of those two numbers would be $3,369. So we're going to plot in that for the rent, and the electricity costs, it probably won't be as huge as I'm setting in this budget, but it is like better to be safe than sorry. And wake up and see that your electricity bill is less or more. It's better that it is that you have budgeted for more than what it is, so that you can have something to put into your savings account as well. So we're going to budget this for $100 a month, even though that might seem obscene. And then we're going to plot in for natural gas. Now, of course, if you're only using the natural gas for cooking, then you would probably only pay between $10 and $15 a month. But let's say that you're like living in a new apartment complex or renovated apartment complex with natural gas radiators, and using it also for the heating of your apartment, along with the hot water and all that stuff. So we're gonna call this $75 a month. But then you remember that this will also be lower than this, will probably also be like $75 a month. So if you're using natural gas for heating instead of electricity, probably like around 80, 90 max, but we're still going to leave it at 100, because if we were to use electricity for heating in New York, you would probably be up on like 150 then in total for electricity a month. But proceeding, you also need like some Wi-Fi in your apartment, and that will like typically run you around $50 a month. And then you need a cell phone, and average call service subscription is also around $50 a month. So let's just budget for that. And water, sewage, and trash, or the average, the normal utilities you will typically have in an apartment. Sometimes these are included in your rent that you're paying, but let's just budget for that they are not included. They typically charge you quarterly for this, around $75 a quarter. But we're still going to budget this for monthly, so $75 a quarter would be around $300 a year. So divided into 12, that should be around $25. So let's just budget for $25. Utilities, $25. And you need some clothes, since you can't walk around Manhattan naked. So, well, you don't have to go out and buy a $5,000 Armani suits. You can get a lot of good stuff on the discount stores and outlets and such. So I had the budget for like a maximum $50 getting food. No, I'm sorry, did I say food? I meant clothes. For food, though, we are unfortunately a lot higher than $50 a month, because if you were to use $200 a month anywhere else in the U.S., you would